Okay guys, this tutorial will be only about the basic tools here on the sketch tab. So I'm gonna start drawing. To begin on top plane, I will right click on it and I will make it visible by clicking on show. So I will have the view of my top plane, and here on the type of view I'm gonna select the top view, so I will have the complete view of my plane. So to begin, I want to show you the basic tools, the tools that are here. First thing, I'm gonna draw something, so select a plane to draw. I'm gonna select the top plane and I'm gonna make a rectangle here, for example. When I have this rectangle, what do I want to show you? What I want to show you as the first tool is this one, trim entities. As you see, it has a lot of different options, but I will show you the easiest one to work with, which is this one, the first one, power trim. When you power trim, basically if the tool is already selected and you click and drag, you will see this gray line as a shadow of whatever you go. When this gray line touches anything, it will disappear. So if I touch this line, it will disappear. If I touch this line, it will disappear. If I touch this line, it will disappear. It is pretty useful whenever you have more shapes than just one. So just to make an example, I'm gonna draw this here and here. And when I select trim entities, I don't know, I'm going to keep this here. And now I have like this type of weird Mickey Mouse with only one ear. So it is pretty useful to delete some lines that I don't need. That's the first tool, trim entities. And second tool I want to show you is mirror entities. So for mirror entities, you need an entity that you want to mirror. An entity that you want to mirror, and you need an axis. So I'm gonna mirror, for example, another diamond, and I'm gonna make here, and I'm gonna mirror it. But in order to mirror it, I will need an axis. So I'm gonna say that I'm gonna mirror it here. So when I select the tool, which is mirror entities, it asks me two things. First thing, entities to mirror. So what do I want to mirror? I want to mirror this. As you can see, all the lines appeared here. And then it says mirror about what? So you have to click on here, and once you click on it, you can tell it, I want to mirror about this axis. So if you see this yellow shadow in here, it is actually saying what's gonna be like the final result of the operation. If that is what you want, you just have to click on this tick here on the left, and that will confirm the operation. Now I have this one, which is the original one, plus the copy that is a mirror from this axis. Next tool I want to show you is offset entities. Offset entities will basically create a copy of your original figure, but with a different size, with a different measure. So I have to select offset entities, and you have different options here. So for example, if I want to create a bigger copy, I just have to leave this here, leave this without selection, and this one without selection, without the tick. So I can select here how big I want my copy to be. 85 centimeters. This distance here is the distance between the original one and the copy. So I'm gonna say, I don't know, 5. If you want to make the copy inside of your original shape, you just have to click on this tick where it says reverse, and automatically you will have the copy in here. If you want to make two copies, one inside and one outside, you just have to select this one that says bidirectional, and you will have two copies. So if that is depending on the result that you're looking for, I don't know, I'm gonna leave it like this. When I select the tick, that will complete my operation. This one was the original one, and this is the copy. The next one I want to show you are the patterns. So in order to create patterns, we will need just an original shape. For the pattern I want to create, I'm gonna use this this diamond that I'm creating here. So I have a diamond here. So I'm gonna select linear sketch pattern here, and it shows me a lot of different things. First thing that you have to keep in mind, you have to select line by line, what do you want to pattern. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here. And I'm going to select line by line. So line by line will be this line, this line, this line, this line. So as you can see, I have a yellow shadow of my operation, and this is where I start changing the things. If I click on this button where it says reverse direction, I will switch the direction of the pattern. The second parameter is the distance between the original one and the copy. So I'm gonna say I can change this and I will move my copy. So I'm gonna keep this in 10. And this one will tell me how many copies do I want. So I'm gonna say I need 5 copies, for example. So I have 5 in here. But this is only in direction 1. Direction 1 is x-axis, and x-axis means that it will work only in this horizontal path. If I want to create copies in a vertical path, I have to select this y-axis. So since here it says that I need only 1 copy, it means it's only 1 row here. But if I click on 2, I have 2 rows, 3 rows, 4 rows, and 5 rows. Let's leave it in 5. But if I have this, it works exactly the same way that it worked with the x-axis. So if I click on this button, it will reverse the direction. So it will switch here. By changing this, I am changing the space between the copies. So I'm going to switch here so you can see it better. So if I have 10, 20, 30, 40, it's basically changing the space between this row, and this row. And like that, and like that. So I'm going to keep it in 10 to have this type of pattern. And that's pretty much it. Here you can select how many copies you need. If that is the result that you want, you click here on the top left on the tick, and that would be the pattern. Let's see a little bit better. This is the pattern that was created with this original shape. Now, next tool I want you to see is a circular sketch pattern. So in that order, I don't know, I'm gonna make a polygon that will have 3 sides, and I'm going to make this pattern around these 2 circles. So I'm gonna make my triangle, I don't know, somewhere here. So I click on this arrow and I select circular sketch pattern. Once I select it, first thing I have to do is select what do I want to pattern. So I want to pattern this triangle, so I will select these 3 lines, three lines. And here I can see, well, the circular pattern that it's following, and I can see the copy here. So I check all the parameters. In order to change the center point of my circle, I will click and drag this dot, and I'm gonna put it here in the middle. So now I am creating a circular sketch pattern, but around these circles. And basically it's saying that it has 4 copies. So as you can see, this is the original one, this is 1, this is 2, and below this tab, this pop-up, is the 4th one. So if I need to change that, I will basically write whatever number I need here. So I'm gonna leave it in, I don't know, 28. If that is the result that I want, I will click on the tick, and automatically this will be shown. So as you can see, this was my original triangle, and I create 30 something copies around this circle. That's with linear sketch pattern. And the last feature I want to show you is this one, which is for moving, copying, rotating, and doing a lot of things. With the entities, I'm gonna create another triangle, and I'm gonna make it here. So you see here, you have the arrow. I'm gonna select move entities. All these tools work the same way. Here it says entities to move, and as you can see, this is in blue, so that means, okay, select what entities do you want to move. So I'm gonna select my entity. This is what I want to move. And the second parameter, I have to click on here, so it will become blue. It's the start point. From where do I want to move it? I want to move it from the center point, for example. So whenever I move it, it will move from the center point. Done. Now, for example, if I want to copy it, I'm gonna select here in this list. I'm gonna select copy, and again it will ask me, okay, what do you want to copy? I want to copy this. I have all the selection here, and I want to copy it. Click on here from, I don't know, this corner. So the line, that yellow shadow, will follow the cursor from that corner, from this corner. And it works exactly the same when you want to rotate entities. For example, what entities do you want to rotate? I want to rotate this triangle, for example, this triangle. And what would be my center of rotation? Center of rotation would be this one. And what is the angle you want to rotate it? Well, depending on the angle, it will rotate. If that is what I want, I will click on the tick, and that would be pretty much it. And that's the way the other sketch tools work.